The question is not, are you a leader? The question is, what type of leader are you? Hello, improvers. Justin Winstead, the improver coach, coming to you. And this is an important question because I think some people are walking around with this idea of, am I a leader or am I not a leader? Let me tell you something. You're all leaders. If you're watching this video right now, you are a leader. And how do I know this? Because all of us have a leadership voice. We all have leadership potential, and we're all leading at some level or another. Now, some of you are pushing back and going, well, I'm not a leader. I don't have any employees, or I'm not over anybody. I have no authority. That's not what I mean by leadership. What I mean by leadership is that you have influence on someone, that you make an impact on someone. And at some level, all of you are doing that. Maybe it's a spouse, a child, maybe this is a neighbor or a friend, maybe you're on a sports team, maybe this is in the professional environment because you are a supervisor. Just as a team member at your office, in your workplace, in the field, you are leading others because you're making an impact on others. Someone out there is watching you, they're listening to you. Their behavior is being impacted by your behavior. The way they feel about themselves is being shaped in part by the way you speak to them and around them. So you are leading right now. Now, some of you are in significant places of leadership because you have dozens, hundreds, thousands of people potentially that you have influence and impact on. And so you are in a significant place of leadership. So the question isn't, are you a leader? You are all leaders at some level. The question is, what kind of leader are you? What is the label that we would attach to your leadership? Is it positive, negative? Is it effective, ineffective? Well, I want to give you some other labels, and one of these you need to wear and realize this is who I am today. And then you need to decide, is this the type of leader that I want to be? Now, here are these labels, and I want to give them to you in the context of this paradigm of support. Because here's the thing, if you are the right kind of leader, you have struck the balance of being highly supportive and highly challenging to those you lead. If you're a parent, a good parent is going to challenge their child and they're going to support their child. If you're a good boss or employer, you're going to support your employees and challenge your employees. Okay? We call those kinds of leaders liberating leaders, because liberating leaders create cultures of empowerment and opportunity. And that is the kind of leader that you need to aspire to be. You should aspire to be a liberating leader. You say, well, isn't that what all leaders are? No, that's what all healthy leaders are. The best leaders are liberating leaders who pull other people up, who create opportunities for them to grow, who allow them to reach heights that they never dreamed they could reach. That's what a great leader does. What not so great leaders do is they suffer on one of the ends of either being not very challenging or not very supportive. And so there are labels that we could give you for that. And I wear one of those labels sometimes. If you are good at challenging, so you're high challenge, but you don't offer support, you are a dominating leader. You create a culture of mistrust when you do that. You create a culture of fear and manipulation when you have high challenge and you have low support. If you've seen that meme online where it's got the person with the whip cracking it behind the people pulling the load, that's what a dominating leader does. They're pushing everybody else, but they're not actually giving any effort on their own. And so you've probably been a part of maybe a team where you had a leader like that. This is common in the sales world, where you get a sales leader who's always challenging the rest of the team to get their sales, but they don't come alongside them and empower and help their team to meet those goals and quotas. On the flip side, what if you have a leader that is highly supportive, but they don't offer challenge? They don't actually haul up the people on their team. They're coddling, but we call those a protecting leader, a protector leader. And protection in one sense can be good, but in another sense, it's kind of like the word enablement, where you're enabling someone, you're in the name of protection, you're actually hurting them, you're holding them back. That's what a leader who supports without challenges, that's what they do. And that creates an environment of a mistrust, but also of entitlement. People just, they aren't called out to be a better version of themselves. Now, I'm guilty of this one. In fact, there was an exercise I did where when I was introduced to this tool, where I ranked myself on challenge and support, and I gave myself high rankings for challenge and low for support. And I was convicted because I thought, man, I am a dominating leader. I'm that boss that I didn't want to be. And then when I went to my team and surveyed them, they actually said the opposite. They said, hey, you're supportive a lot of times, but you don't really challenge us like you should. And that was shocking because I thought we always have these big visions and high goals and short timelines. And so I thought I was challenging, but having a challenge as a team is not the same thing as going to my people and speaking into them and challenging them, and also delegating properly and avoiding micromanagement. Man, I've struggled in some of those areas. Can you relate to this? Look, you don't want to be that type of leader that just protects your team, that offers support, but doesn't really empower and challenge them. You also don't want to be the leader who's always throwing out the high visions and big goals and challenges, but you don't offer them the resources, support, and encouragement they need. Be the liberating leader that challenges and supports your people. That creates an incredible culture, an amazing team. You're going to retain greater talent. You're going to have higher performance and productivity, and you're going to be the leader that you always wanted to be. So improvers, that's my word for you today. Be a liberating leader. You stay good, keep getting better. We'll see you on the next video.